Welcome to iLecture Online. Now we're going to look at some of the addition rules for mutually exclusive events. So here we're going to show you some examples, and then the next video we're going to kind of summarize what we've learned. So here we have another small college. We have the student population divided into full-time and part-time students, and in this college divided into female and male students. We also have the total full-time, the total part-time, the total female, the total male, and then the total students in the college. So let's say we have two mutually exclusive events. Event A is all the full-time students. Event B is part-time students that are also female, so both part-time and female. Now at first you might think, well, full-time students can also be female, so does that mean that there's some overlap? But the answer is no, because it's not just that they have to be female, but also part-time. And the fact that they have to be part-time means they must be exclusive from full-time students. So what is the probability of event A occurring? That means, what is the probability of picking, if you pick a student at random from the college population, that you end up picking a full-time student? So that means we look at the full-time students. There's a total of 220 out of 310 students. So the probability is that since there's 220 full-time students and there's a total of 310 part-time students, that will then be the probability that at random you picked a full-time student. What will be the probability that you'll pick a part-time student who is also female? So we have to look at part-time and at female. There's 50 of those type. So therefore, we have 50 out of 300 being the probability of picking a part-time student who is also female. What about A or B? Well, if they're mutually exclusive, then we simply have to add the two probabilities. The probability of picking a full-time student is 220 out of 310, and the probability of picking a part-time student who's female is 50 out of 310. So if it's either A or B, then we simply add the two probabilities. So this will be the probability of event A occurring plus the probability of event B occurring, which in this case is 220 out of 310 plus 50 out of 310. So it would be 270 out of 310. How about the probability of A and B? Well, if they're mutually exclusive, there's no way that they can be both A and B because there's no overlap. So therefore, that is equal to 0. How about the probability of not A or B? Well, that can be defined as 1 minus the probability of A or B. So that's by definition how you handle a not situation. And so in this case, that would be equal to 1 minus the probability of A or B, which is 270 over 310. So that would be equal to, that would be 40 over 310, because 1 is simply 310 over 310. And so that's how you find the various probability combinations. So what would our Venn diagram look like? What are the numbers that we need to put in there? Let me get my red pen. So for A, all the full-time students, that give us 220. So the total population in here is 220. How about B? Part-time students who are also female. So there's 90 part-time students, but only 50 of them are female. So that would go 50 here. That gives us 270. And so the remainder, 40, would not fit into either one of those two categories. And that is how it's done.